What's up, everybody? We're coming to you a little bit later in the evening on tonight, but you know what? That's okay, because we wanted to make sure we had everything set for you, the Bama fans, on the hottest show in the streets, talking your Bama football news. In my own words, yours truly, Stephen Smith of Touchdown Alabama Magazine. So happy to be joining you here on a Wednesday hump day. Today was day one, fall camp, pre-season practice, talking season over, pants popping, freshly cut grass, morning practice, coaches getting after it, players getting after it, and apparently everybody getting a cold towel and ice packs as well. But anyway, day one of fall camp in the books. Got a chance to hear from one head coach, Kagan DeBoer, after practice. Got a chance to see all of the players go through the first day of fall camp sessions. We definitely want to hear from you guys from the home location. Get into the comment line. Drop your comments. We're reading your comments. Get active. We want to hear what you have to say from the first day of fall camp. Smash the like button. Hit that thumbs up, smash the like button right now, hit that subscribe button, make this your spot here for all things Tide football. Get all your friends, your family members, diehard Bama fans, casual Bama fans, consumers of Tide football to subscribe as well. We appreciate that. The daily Super Chat go $100. Daily Super Chat go $100 right there. We appreciate that coming from all of you. Let's get to these early comments right here in the chat line before we get started. My man, Don Parker, DP in the building. Roll Tide, everyone. Good evening from Washington, D.C. Appreciate you, Don Parker. We got Tide with Roll Tide with the wave and the elephant. Appreciate your Tide right here. J-Dog67, yes, this is the right one. This is the right link right here to the show. Got started a little bit later than usual, but we're here. And we're giving you the Bama football. Don Parker riding back in with the what's up. Happy to see you here, Don. J-Dog67. Football is finally here. It is. Talking season over. Speculation season's in the books. Time to get down to some action. And we had day one today for the Crimson Tide. Roll Tide and Rise Up with the Roll Tide family. Appreciate you, Roll Tide and Rise Up, getting in here, being a part of the show. My man Joseph Higginbottom, Roll Tide Roll. Seen some good footage today of practice. Can't wait till August 31st. And we did our best, Joseph, to get you, the Bama Nation, some of the best practice clips and footage from day one of fall camp here. And if you can get that footage, you can check it out on our YouTube channel, Touchdown Alabama Magazine on YouTube. We have the whole first day package put together from fall camp. Jay Lee writes in, Roll Tide, everyone, let's have a good Wednesday. Have a good Wednesday. Let's have a good show. Let's get excited about it. My man Damon Davis, Bama Nation rise. Here we go, baby. Bama Nation rising up, doing its thing. Let's see here. Jay Lee writes back in, I'll be in T-Town tomorrow, checking the campus out. Okay, then, Jay Lee. Jay Lee going to be pulling up tomorrow in Tuscaloosa to check out the campus. Okay, Jay Lee. Go ahead on, check out the campus then, brother. We got my man, Ty Alexander, with the Roll Tide Roll. Appreciate you, Ty, joining us here on the show. We got my guy, Duval Sanders, with the Roll Tide. Appreciate that, my man Duval right there. Ty Alexander, my boy Steven, looking like he in L.A. Hey, it might be L.A., it might be Vegas, it may be Atlanta, it might be Birmingham. I don't know what this is. I just like the background because you, as the Alabama family, enjoy the background. So it is what it is. Whatever city that you interpret it as being, that's the city. Joseph Higginbottom writes in, hit the like button. There you go. Smash that like button. Get those like levels up, those thumbs up right there. We appreciate every last one of you. Monica Petaway writing in, what's up, Bama Nation? Doing great, Monica. Hope you are as well. This was day one of preseason camp in the books here for Kagan DeBoer and your Alabama Crimson Tide. We're going to get into some observations that I saw from day one among other things that took place here. Let's see here. Monica Pettigray writes in, Will Anderson days until game day. It is 31 days. Will Anderson days until the Crimson Tide takes on Western Kentucky in Tuscaloosa. That's Saturday, August 31st. Damon Davis writes in, love the skyline behind Stephen M. Smith. Yeah, man, the skyline, baby. Like I said, the city you may feel like this is up to your own interpretation. There are no wrong answers here. Any city you feel like this is up to your own interpretation. Michael Coleman with the Roll Tide Roll. Appreciate you, Mike. GT18 giving us that Roll Tide. Appreciate you, GT. Then we got Krista Richardson, RTR. You always do a great job, Stephen. Appreciate you. Let's see, Monica Petaway writing back in. The wait is finally over. It is. We got the pads popping now. Don Parker, have to ask this question, Stephen. Was there a difference in intensity in a board practice as compared to a Saban practice? The intensity was, I would say it's about the same. Probably a tick up under DeBoer just because the players are hungry to win a national championship. So I would say it's a tick up, but I mean, DeBoer didn't have to do the whole Saban rah-rah thing, but you could still feel the intensity once you set foot on the practice field today that this team is trying to get after that national championship. Absolutely. Let's see here. James Knox writes in, happy football season 2024. In my own words, TDA family, Roll Tide till I die. James Knox, appreciate that. Lorenzo Anderson, Roll Tide. It's football season. Can't wait. We are here. Deborah Ferguson writes in, I know it's early, but who do you think will be the starting wide receivers? I like Kobe Prentice. I like Jeremy Bernard. I like Kendrick Law. I think those three will be the starters. I do think Emmanuel Henderson gets rotated in there. Ryan Williams, Cole Adams get rotated in there. Caleb Odom gets rotated in there. But if I had to go with the starting three, I would go Prentice, Law, and Jeremy Bernard. But that would just be my guess for right now. GT18, Justice Haynes looking fundamentally sound in the drills today. Justice, good. Justice and Jam both look good, GT. Excited to see both of those two guys. Christian Hughes writes in, Roll Tide, Bama Nation. Happy to have you in here, Christian. Joseph Higginbottom comes back with, I know we will have an elite passing team, but we got to pound the rock this year. I think Alabama will have more of a balance, right? They're going to pass the football. You're going to want to show off Jalen Milroe's passing ability, but at the same time, there's going to be balance. Alabama's going to run the football. You got the offensive lineman to do it. You definitely have the running backs to, get that done. Let's see here. Duval Sanders, Ryan Williams looked smooth in position drills this morning. He did. Wearing that number 2, Ryan Williams did look smooth. And he's going to continue to grow, and he's going to get better and better as he's out there. But he did look smooth. Let's see, Monica Petaway writes in, I like the sound of team changing their practice to Mormon time. Monica, it was hot out there this morning. I mean, you had Jeff Allen getting players the cold towels and the ice packs, but at least before the major heat of the day came, which is between, noon and 2, 3 o'clock in the afternoon, toward the evening time, practice was already over, right? So you did have, shouts out to Jeff Allen, having those cold towels and those ice packs on deck. But at the very least, by the time the real heat of the day came in, practice was over. But appreciate you guys for getting your thoughts in. Continue to get your thoughts in here on the show. We're going to jump to topic number 1 of conversation. So this is, my observations from fall camp. It was a lot of stuff out there. music being played. That's still happening. That's going on. They were playing the Red Hot Chili Peppers' Californication. I mean, they had that song going, among others in the playlist. I don't know who had the aux cord this time, but it wasn't, the Biggie album or the Tupac album or, the trap music hits playing out there. I don't know who had the aux cord this time, but they had what they had. But observations from spring practice, and first and foremost, you guys have already brought this young man up here. So we're going to talk Ryan Williams, Alabama freshman wide receiver. He looked smooth wearing that number 2. Looked really smooth out there. Ran the routes clean, got open, caught the football, turning it up and down the field. If you look at his torso so far, it looks like he's starting to add some muscle to his 6'1" frame. He's 6'1", 165 pounds, which that is what's on the depth chart. But when you look at his torso, it seems like he's starting to bulk up in the chest area. He's starting to bulk up. He's starting to put on some muscle. He's starting to put on some weight there of the lower body as well. He's starting to kind of feel out, a bit more. And this is what you want. You want him to be able to keep the speed. You want him to be able to keep the burst and the explosiveness and the athleticism, the ability to, distribute his weight, distribute his weight coming in and out of cuts, in and out of breaks, that type of thing. But at the same time, you do want him to develop more of his body to where he can endure, those hits. He can endure those tackles. He can show off the strength that he does have. So it was a good day one for Ryan Williams. You see the speed right there. You see the smoothness working through the routes. You see the athleticism. You see the competitiveness that he has. And Coach DeBoer continues to rave about this young man's maturity, what he has done since coming in the summer, how hard he has worked out, the effort that he has put in to put himself in a position where he can be an asset on the field in that wide receiver room in the upcoming season. So that's just, one Ryan Williams at the position. Another observation that I had here in spring ball is the return of that spring ball fall camp, the return of Jaheim Otis. Jaheim Otis is back, people, and this is awesome when you talk about this. Jaheim Otis, folks, is back. And Otis, did not practice in the spring because of an injury. It was never disclosed what the injury was with him, but didn't practice all spring. According to Coach DeBoer, he could have came back. If Alabama had one final week of spring ball, he would have been able to come back. But Alabama decided just to hold off on that, let him heal all the way up. The young man had a very good summer, a very good offseason. He's ready. We all know the story of Otis. He came in as a freshman in 2022 from Mississippi, over 400 pounds. He got his weight down to 360 to where he could start, he could play. Now he's gotten his weight down to 320 at that 6'5" frame. He's changed his number from number 91 to number 10. Kind of different there for a defensive lineman, but that's the day and age that we're living in right now. But if you're watching him on screen, he looks quicker. He looks like he's healthy, working through the bag, working through the drills, moving around. He looks healthy. Whatever was bothering him in spring practice, not bothering him now. And when I was out there today, he was working with that first group of D linemen. It was him, T.M. Smith, and T.M. Keenan III. That was the first trio of defensive linemen out there in the field. So it's good to see Jaheim Otis back because he's the beast in the middle of the defensive line. You want to have him healthy. You want to have him healthy. You need to have him healthy. He's the beast there in the middle of the defensive line. But having him there and watching him going through practice, that was observation number 2 that I picked up there, that I gathered from there. But as we go into now, kind of observation number 3 for me, and stick with the defensive line, Keon Keeley. Keon Keeley is now full-fledged defensive end. When he came in, the 2023 class, He came in as an outside linebacker. He came in as a pass rusher, outside linebacker in that 2023 class from Tampa, Florida. Now, this guy looks like a full-fledged defensive end. And Freddie Roach, back in the spring, had him practicing with the defensive lineman. I thought that this was just an experiment because if you go back to the Nick Saban era, Saban loves to experiment with guys and play guys in different positions, trying to see, could they add value here? Could they add depth here? Could they add something there at that position, right? But you look at, in the spring, we saw Keon Keeley with a defensive lineman. I didn't necessarily think much of it. I thought he would possibly go back to outside linebacker. But today, Freddie Roach all over Keon Keeley at that defensive end spot. So it looks like that is his position now. He's going to be a DN. Keon Keeley, Jamie Mosley, who former Alabama player, former national champion, now a defensive analyst working primarily with the defensive line. Roach and Mosley, they love Keeley. They believe Keeley's got something special. They believe he's got the tools. They believe he's got the potential. They believe he's got it all. They just want to see him pull it out and turn that potential into production. That's all they want now. Can you turn that potential to production? Because he's got the size, he's got the frame, he's got the freakish athleticism, he's got the edge bending ability, he can convert speed to power. If you look at that man's upper body and his calf muscles, he looks like Will Anderson meets Terrell Lewis. That's what Keon Keeley looks like. Will Anderson meets Terrell Lewis. And he wears number 31 in all honor and respect to Will Anderson. And we know Will is a hard act to follow. We're talking a two-time SEC Defensive Player of the Year, a two-time Bronco Nagurski Award winner, a two-time first-team All-SEC, a two-time unanimous All-American. Will won everything. Helped Alabama to a national championship as a freshman, was the number 3 overall pick in the 2023 draft to the Houston Texans, and got the Texans into the playoffs. So it's a tall task for Keon Keeley to fill that number left behind by Will Anderson. But I think Keeley size, Keeley strength, Keeley athleticism, Keeley potential can do it. Can he pull it all out of him? That's the biggest question. Can he turn potential into production? That's the big thing there for Keon Keeley. But it was good seeing him today with the defensive lineman, working with Freddie Roach, working with Jamie Mosley. According to Kane Womack back in the spring, he mentioned Keeley can be that 4-eye on that defensive line playing in that bandit role. And right now, he's competing with Jamarian Latham, a super senior who came in the 2020 class, does have a national championship ring for that bandit spot. But that is Keon Keeley in terms of more observations. So the next observation, guys, I looked at was, defensive lineman Tim Smith, right? We've been waiting for him to have a breakout campaign, just a dominant year. We've been waiting on him, right? I mean, he came in 5-star from Florida in the 2020 class, 6'4", 302 pounds, physical specimen. As a freshman, got on the field, made some plays, had an impact, and we thought, okay, we're going to be seeing this, 2 to 3 more years, right? Sophomore year, didn't really do a whole lot. Junior year, was okay, but not to where he could have been. Last year, start to put some more things together. But we've been waiting on when's the big boom? Like, when's the big breakout season for one Tim Smith? And, much like Keon Keeley, Tim Smith's got the potential. Much like Keeley, Smith's got the potential. Can move, can free himself, can get to the quarterback, can stop the run, can make those types of plays, can have that type of an impact. Much like Keon Keeley, T.M. Smith can have that type of an impact. But will that happen for him? Can it happen for him this season? Guy's a super senior, but can that happen for T.M. Smith this season? That's the big thing for me. If it can happen for him this season, then that's awesome. That's phenomenal. That's fantastic. That's what we all want. But the biggest question for him is going to be, can he, as a fifth-year senior, show everybody what they thought they were going to get from him as a freshman and as a sophomore? Can that be seen right now? That's the big thing when I look at one T.M. Smith. But we're going to take our first break here on the show. Don't touch that dial. We're just getting you started here, folks. When we get back, we're going to go to the comment section. We're going to take your comments, your thoughts, your questions. Line us up in the comment section. We want to hear from you right after this. But first, a word from our guys at Alumni Hall. We're out here at Alumni Hall in Tuscaloosa. Oh, yeah. Oh, man. Gotta get this. Gotta get one of these right here. Can't rock that Bama without this shirt right here, fresh polo. You gotta also rock the all pink, like Kanye West right there. Keychains, gotta get you some keychains. University of Alabama keychains. I'm telling you, if you are a die-hard Alabama fan and you're looking for some big-time apparel, this place has got everything. We're talking shirts, shoes, sweatshirts, hoodies, cups, mugs, keychains. If you're just a Tide fan that has an itch to get more apparel, get more swag in your game, you come right here at Alumni Hall in Tuscaloosa, right here in Midtown Village. And also you can shop online. The link is in the description to get your gear right here at Alumni Hall. Absolutely, folks. Alumni Hall, great partners there in Tuscaloosa, Midtown Village. Appreciate those guys for all that they do. We're back here to the action from the break here. Hottest show in these streets. We're talking Bama football news. In my own words, yours truly, Stephen Smith of TDA. Day one of fall camp in the books here. After looking at some observations from the first day, we're going to go to your comments here in the comment section. Let's get those comments here. Let's see here. We'll start things off with my guy GT18, who writes in, Justice Haynes. Well, I already read that. He's looking fundamentally sound on those drills. My bad there. Let's get to another one here. This one from GT18 says, Joseph, going with Joseph Higginbottom. I agree with you, brother. Nothing gets me more fired up than seeing our running backs get downhill on some folks. And you got the running back room that can do this, Joseph and GT. When you talk, Justice Haynes can do it. Jam Miller can do it. Richard Young can do it. And then you got two freshmen, Daniel Hill and Kevin Riley. They both can do it as well. So this is a very good running back room. Probably, in my opinion, the best running back room in the country. Some may say no, that belongs to Ohio State, but Alabama's got the best running back room in the country, in my opinion. So no one's really talking about it, but I'm going to talk about it. This is a very dynamic running back room, and looking forward to seeing these guys really rough up some defenses here in the upcoming season. Don Parker writes in, I know it's just day one, but anything regarding major position battles that can be talked about. Right now, Don, there's a lot of mixing and matching going on the offensive line. And you mentioned this before, Don, about the offensive line. There could be a practice that we go out to, and you could see Tyler Booker at left tackle. You could see Caden Proctor at right tackle. You could see Gino Van Mark at a guard position. I mean, there's a lot of mixing and matching here going on the offensive line. Now, to me, I think the biggest two position battles would be the right tackle spot and, your two cornerbacks, your two boundary cornerbacks. That would be, for me, But on the offensive line, there's a lot of mixing and matching going on. And in the defensive secondary, you're still looking at those two boundary cornerback spots where you have two transfers in Damani Jackson and Deshaun Jones competing for both of those spots. I mean, you've got Jaleel Hurley in there. You've got Jalen Mbakwe in there, Xavier Brown in there, Xavier Mincy in there. So a lot of guys competing here for those defensive back positions. But continue with your thoughts here on the show. Sheila K writes in, Ty Simpson looked good as well. He did. Ty looked good out there throwing the football. He looked good out there. Made a few very nice passes to Ryan Williams, among other receivers. So Ty Simpson doing his thing out there. Mental clock, sharper, stepping into the pocket, making accurate throws downfield. So Ty Simpson looked fantastic as well out there. Damon Davis writes in, my hometown boy Ryan Williams, good in that number 2. Ryan had a good first day. Like I said, looking thicker, putting on some muscle, putting on some weight, taking the proper care of his body. Still has maintained the burst, the speed, the explosiveness, the maturity in which he plays with is really, really good. He's got a firm opportunity to get on the field and become a marquee contributor for this program. The godfather of the SEC, better known as my man Wayland, comes in here. It's head busting time. Hello, everybody. Appreciate you being in here, Wayland. Yes, it is. Talking season over. Time to play some football. Time to get those pads on. Time to hear that, smell that freshly cut grass. It's time for some football. And we're in here. We're in here. We are in here. Monica Penaway writes in, I still look forward to seeing what Keeley is capable of. Keeley's got so much talent. My main thing has always been, can he just put it all together on the field? The potential is there. All of the tools physically for Keon Keeley, they're all there. It's, can you take potential and turn it into production? Can he do it? He can do it this year, then Keeley's the man. But that's the biggest thing. Can he take all of that potential that he has, there's a lot of potential, and turn it into marquee production? That's the big thing. Damon Davis writes in, if this defense is anything that Saban and Kirby and Pruitt built with this offense, I'm going to say this. If this defense under Kane Womack is able to shut folks down, like limit folks, shut folks down, and this offense under Kane and the Bar is able to light folks up, you ain't stopping Alabama. I'm sorry. If this defense is able to limit teams, shut teams down, and this offense with Kane and the Bar is able to light up opposition, I'm sorry. There's no way you are stopping this Alabama team. Don Parker writes in, I'm honestly hoping Keeley lives up to the hype. The talent is there. He doesn't have to be the next Anderson. He just has to be the best Keeley. True. But he doesn't have to be Will Anderson. But he just has to live up to all of the expectations that are on him. That's it. All Keon Keeley has to do is just live up to the expectations of being a 5-star marquee pass rusher, of which he was coming out of high school in Tampa, Florida. If he can just live up to that, he's going to be just fine. He's going to be better than fine. He's going to be better than fine. Let's see here. Appreciate you guys writing in right here. We'll get to more of your comments. Here we go. Don Parker writes back in, I'm hoping Coach Roach can create and find the monsters in the interior of the D-line. We need them. That's going to be a big thing this year, Don. Having those dudes in the interior of a defensive line that can create havoc, that can make some stuff happen in the middle of that defense. You need to have guys that can make some stuff happen in the middle of that defense. And I think Tim Keenan and Jaheim Otis are more than capable of making stuff happen. James Smith is definitely more than capable of making stuff happen. And then you got guys like Edric Hill and Isaiah Faga, Jordan Renard, Jeremiah Beeman. They're capable of making some stuff happen as well. Nicholas Johnson writes in, saw that Austin Mack was handing off to Richard Young in drills. Is he confirmed QB3 or him and Lornigan interchangeable? I think right now he and Lornigan are kind of interchangeable right now. Yeah. I think he and Lornigan are kind of interchangeable at this point. I think Lornigan may have a step ahead or a step on Austin Mack, but I think both of those two are kind of interchangeable at this point. But appreciate that thought that come from Nicholas Johnson on that question. Roll Tide and Rise Up writes in, defensive line has to be solid. With the 4-2-5 defense, the D line has to be on point, but D line definitely has to be on point. They got to do their thing. And we're talking 12 to 15 dudes in this rotation. So if you got 12 to 15 dudes in this rotation, this defensive line, they've got to be on point. You're 3 deep at every position across the board. You got to be on point. You got to be right. Everything's got to be in order. And it starts with the coaching of Freddie Roach to make sure those guys are on point, to make sure that all those guys are in order. Let's see here. Man. Let me make sure I had a good question. There we go. We got Damon Davis writes in, Steven, what position group are you a little worried about on defense? That's good. What I'm a little bit worried about, I guess if I had to be a little worried about one position, it would be the cornerbacks, just because, I like the secondary. I do. I like the secondary. I do. It's just when you lose Terrion and Kool-Aid both to the NFL, right? And both guys were locked down corners, and you got to replace those two, and it's hard to replace those two. And yes, you brought in 2 good transfers in Damani Jackson and Deshaun Jones, and they played good at their previous programs. But it's like we all think. You can play good at USC. You can play good at Wake Forest. But this is the University of Alabama. Like, can you excel in Tuscaloosa, right, in the Southeastern Conference? So that would be my smallest concern. If both of those 2 corners show, hey, we've been ready for the SEC, then that concern is wiped away. It's wiped away. But that would be, Damon, my smallest concern there. What's going on with your Mattress Matt? Hey there, buddy. We got Mattress Matt in here. Have to get my man Matt in here today. Tough as Nails writes in, I watched Tim Smith today. He had no pep in his step. He needs to lead. Tim Smith has got to be a leader on this front. He's got to. In his own way, he's got to. This is a super senior. He's in his 5th year, came in the 2020 COVID year. He's got to be one of those guys up front that mean business. And if he's not one of those guys up front that mean business, then it's time to get somebody else in there. But Tim Smith's got to be one of those guys up front that mean business. Mattress Matt writes in, Kendrick Law is elite. Kendrick Law, number 1. Kendrick Law is elite. And Kendrick Law is one of those guys I have as a starting receiver. And I've been saying this, he needs to get the ball more. The ball needs to be more in Kendrick Law's hands. The coaching staff has to come up with a way to get him more involved on the field within this offense. He's got to have that football. We got Juwan Mahone. I'm ready for kickoff, Juwan, and we all are. Kickoff August 31st against Western Kentucky inside Bryant-Denny. Going to be awesome right there. Tough as nails. Steven did not see LT Overton. What's up? Okay. LT, DeBoer didn't talk about Overton in the press conference. I'm not sure what would be the issue with him if there is one. Day 2 of fall camp is tomorrow. I'm going to try to be out there. So tough as nails, I will look for LT Overton. If he's out there tomorrow, then today probably could be, maybe got a little sick. We don't know what the case may have been, but I'll be back out there at practice tomorrow. So I will look for number 22, LT Overton, tough as nails, to make sure that he is out there. Let's see. Stephen Shaw writes in, RTR, the O-line is looking good. O-line is looking good. It is looking good. You've got guys that have dropped weight, guys that have slimmed down, guys that understand. We got to be able to move. We got to be able to block. We got to be able to create up front in helping the quarterback, Jalen Milroe, be upright, but also establishing this Russian attack here. Don Parker writes in, Keeley reminds me of Brian Orakpo. Oh, that's a name. That's a comp. Brian Orakpo, one of the best defensive players playing in the NFL. So that's a comp. That's a comp there. Let's see if he lives up to that. Vernon Davis writes in, this Bama team will light up the scoreboard. I agree with you, Vernon. It's going to be fun to watch this team. From right here with popcorn, more popcorn, sunglasses. Get your popcorn and your blinders ready, folks. That's From. Get your popcorn and your blinders ready, folks. From is saying, we are in for it. We are in for a fun season. Keith Holcomb writes in, roll tide, y'all. Too many different shows overnight. Can't watch them all. Hey, Keith, we understand, brother. As many as you can take in, man. It's day 1 of fall camp. As many, man, as you can take in. Keith, we appreciate you being a part of this right here. Monica Petaway writes in, Deborah looked cheerful and excited about the anticipation of the upcoming season. As he should. Nick Saban left him with a full cupboard worth of stuff. It ain't like Nick Saban left that man with nothing. He got a full cupboard worth of stuff he can work with. So, Kalen DeBoer, every right to be cheerful, every right to be excited, every right to be pumped up, because he's got players he can work with that are going to be phenomenal. Absolutely, that are going to be phenomenal. Let's see here, Duval Sanders. Stephen, the intensity must be set on special teams. Y'all remember how Reuben Foster made his name and how Mac Wilson made his name hunting on special teams. Duval, that's a good point, and Bama's got some guys on special teams that can do that, that can make those types of hits, that can make those types of plays, that can have that type of impact. So my eyeballs, too, will be on special teams to see, how much of an impact do we see out there at that position. From writes in, Stephen M., how do you like the morning practice? And it was good today. It was good. It started off a little bit cool. The heat kind of elevated, but it was bright outside. The guys were into it. You had the music playing. Of course, once again, shout out to athletic trainer Jeff Allen. He was out there with the towels, the wet, cold towels, the ice packs, keeping the players hydrated and whatnot. But I liked it. I thought it was good. It's something different. It's something new. It's a change, but it's a good change. I like the change. I think it's something that needs to be implemented more. Now, of course, as practice went on, the heat came in, but that's to be expected. But at the end of the day, I thought it was a good move by Coach DeBoer. I really do like the change. I thought it was something nice right there. I thought it was something very, very nice right there. But real quickly here, folks, as you continue to get your thoughts in here on the show, we're going to have a look here at Alabama's defensive line in practice today, day 1 of fall camp. Like I mentioned, there's 12 to 15 guys in this rotation. A lot of defensive linemen. From the veteran guys, Jaheim Otis, Tim Smith, Tim Keenan, Jamarian Latham, to guys like Damon Payne, Jordan Renard, Edric Hill, Hunter Osborne, to guys like LT Overton, Jeremiah Beeman, Isaiah Faga. There's a lot of guys on this line. This line is 12 to 15 dudes deep. Keon Keeley, this is 12 to 15 dudes deep. And if you're Freddie Roach, it's about keeping guys fresh, having that rotation fresh, but at the same time, it's about popping out multiple guys that will be true, pure enforcers. Like this guy right here, I'm about to bring up here on screen. This guy right here, James Smith. We got to see this guy. We got to see James Smith. We got to see James Smith. This guy, pure enforcer, bully at Carver High School in Montgomery. This guy made things shake in high school. He made things snap in high school. He did some stuff. Want to see James Smith. Want to see all of these guys, but especially want to see James Smith out here on this field getting the opportunity to make those marquee plays from a defensive line perspective. So just for me, of a defensive line, if you're Freddie Roach, you got all of the talent. You got all of the depth. You've got dudes that can be huge, monstrous playmakers. It's just time for you as the coach to put all of these dudes in position to wreak havoc. It's just time for you as the coach to have these 4 down linemen ready to absolutely eat in this Kane Womack 4-2-5 defense. That's what this is about. Whether it's James Smith, whether it's Tim Keenan, whether it's Jaheim Otis, whether it's Jamarian Latham, whether it's Keon Keeley. I don't care if it's the little engine that could. Put them out there on the field and let them show you what they're about here from the defensive line perspective. But we're going to go to another break right here, folks, from the show. I won't touch that down. When we get back, we jump back into the comments. We get your thoughts. We get your conversations. But right now, another word from our guys at Alumni Hall. We're out here at Alumni Hall in Tuscaloosa. Oh, yeah, this. Oh, man. Gotta get this. Gotta get one of these right here. Can't rock that Bama without this shirt right here, fresh polo. You gotta also rock the all pink, like Kanye West right there. Keychains, gotta get you some keychains. University of Alabama keychains. I'm telling you, if you are a die-hard Alabama fan and you're looking for some big-time apparel, this place has got everything. We're talking shirts, shoes, sweatshirts, hoodies, cups, mugs, keychains. If you're just a Tide fan that has an itch to get more apparel, get more swag in your game, you come right here at Alumni Hall in Tuscaloosa, right here in Midtown Village. And also you can shop online. The link is in the description to get your gear right here at Alumni Hall. Absolutely, folks. Alumni Hall are great partners in Midtown Village in Tuscaloosa. Check those guys out. They do a phenomenal job. Happy to be a part of all that they are doing. But we're going to go back into the comment section to get your thoughts here on the show. We got a lot of comments, man. Appreciate all of you guys for your comments. This is fantastic right here. We got Sheena K, who writes in, Bama's game against Georgia can make a statement. That's the game everyone's got marked. Bama, Georgia. Week 4, Saturday, September 28th inside Bryant-Denny. You're coming off a bye week. Kirby Smart, Carson Beck, come into Tuscaloosa. That's the game everybody has marked. Now, some have a Tennessee game marked. You go up to Neyland Stadium. Some have the LSU game marked. Some have the Auburn game marked. But most people, when you talk to them, the Georgia game in Tuscaloosa is the game they have marked. Why? Because if you're able to beat Georgia all the way down, then that's a good indicator of how good this Alabama team can really be. Let's see here. Jarvis S. writes in, Saban left DeBoer with a full toy chest. I'm trying to tell you, he left DeBoer with everything. I'm trying to tell you, DeBoer ain't lacking nothing. He left the man a full toy chest, period. He going to be good. Kalen DeBoer is going to be good. He is going to be just fine. Let's see here. We got a lot more of your comments to get to. Here we go. My man Dexter Wright writes in, Womack got more pressure. Womack got more pressure than anybody. I'm going to say this. Kane Womack, with this defense, he's got to create the pressure with this defense, Dexter. He's got to create the turnovers with this defense. Why? Because of the fact that we saw what Kirby Smart became at Alabama. We saw what Jeremy Pruitt became at Alabama. And then Pete Golding comes in the world and 4 to 5 years of this ain't Bama defense. And then Kevin Steele comes in and God bless him. I mean, 1 year he had to undo all of the turmoil, Pete Golding. And thank God Kevin Steele undid it the best he could do. I mean, because he got Bama back playing physical, got Bama back playing mean, got Bama back flying to the football. So thank God for Kevin Steele. He did what he could do for that 1 year. Now for Kane Womack, it's time to build off of what Kevin Steele did, but put even more intensity behind it, right? Build off what Steele did, but put even more intensity behind it. Let's go here. GT18. Duval, that Foster hit on the kickoff against Fournette in 2014, right before overtime. That kind of stuff gets the whole team lit. Yeah. What Reuben Foster did. Also, keep in mind, I think in that same game, Tony Brown laid a hit on somebody, and that got the whole team lit. And we all remember Mac Wilson on special teams hit Speedy Noel of Texas A&M, knocked his 2 front teeth out of his mouth. That got everybody lit. So having those types of plays on special teams, they're important now. They're important because it sets the tone. It sets the tone from day one. Number 23, Damon Davis, that's James Smith on the defensive line. Number 23 is James Smith. He changed his number from 47 to 23 during the summer. So he changed his number. So that number, for anybody that may be confused about who number 23 is, that is James Smith, defensive lineman from Alabama, young man from Carver High School in Montgomery. Monica Petaway writes back in, yep, my mom and her and I knew Alabama. We got Alabama shirts this past Sunday. Okay, cool. We got some new Alabama gear, new Alabama shirts being bought. Y'all ready? Y'all are ready for the season. Y'all talking about getting keychains? Okay. Everybody got to get them keychains, get them things going. Damon Davis writes in, hey, Steven, are we finally going to have that 1,000-yard tight end or close to it? I don't think we're having a 1,000-yard tight end, Damon. We may have C.J. Dupree may get to 500. He might get to 500, but I don't think we're going to see a 1,000-yard tight end right now at this point. I just don't see it. Let's see here. Don Parker writes in, too soon to be concerned about Georgia. I'm concerned about fall camp competition in Western Kentucky. One game at a time, one player at a time. Absolutely. Man concerned, getting through fall camp healthy, getting to Western Kentucky, finalizing these position battles, and then seeing who became the guys that emerged as day one starters, week one starters. That's the main concern right now. That's the main concern right now. Absolutely. Absolutely. Let's see here. All right. Oh, we got Southern Red with that $5 donation. Let's go. Southern Red dropping in the love right here. Appreciate Southern Red helping us out. Fantastic. That daily super chat go $100. Daily super chat go $100 right there. We appreciate the love from Southern Red helping us out here on the show. Let's see here. Keith Holcomb writes in, what about that hit Mechie put on that Florida receiver or that Florida DB? Now, Mechie could have probably played DB because that hit from that 2020 National Championship, I still feel bad for the DB on that play, Trey Dean III. That boy got lit up like a Christmas tree when John Mechie hit that dude. Oh, man, I felt so bad. I mean, John Mechie lit that dude up. Man, Mechie could have probably been a wide receiver. Mechie could have probably been a DB. He could have probably been a DB. Sam writes in, Steve, what is the one thing you took away from the DeBoer press conference? I took away the energy, the excitement that he showed. He's not just happy to be here, but he's prepared to win. And that's what I enjoy. He's not just happy to be here. Kalen DeBoer is preparing to win. And what I enjoy from the press conference, the energy of which he spoke with, the players he was able to highlight and talk about how pleased he was with the first morning practice. And it's an adjustment, people. I mean, you got college athletes that, it's tough sometimes getting up, 7, 8, 9 o'clock in the morning to go to class. But now you add in, I got to get up this early to go to practice too. So that's some adversity right there. And it's something that these guys have to get adjusted to. Thankfully, day one, they went out there with the right mindset. Absolutely. And shouts out to my man, DP! Don Parker dropping in a $10 donation. Let's go. Don Parker writes in, had to put in on this. I had to put in on this, man, in my Smokey from Friday voice. Hey, gotta get some Chris Tucker here, man. Gotta get some, this, man. Get some Chris Tucker in there. All right, Don Parker helping us out here on the show. And then my man Waylon, Godfather of the SEC. Let's do this. Waylon with that $4.99 in the super chats. Let's go. Let's go. Appreciate all of you guys helping us out here on the show. JD Long, what's good, man? What's good, man? Day one of fall camp in the books. Some good stuff. Some good stuff out there. Some good stuff out there, man. Day two is tomorrow. Be back out there, trying to get more coverage to you, the Alabama football fans, in terms of what I'm seeing that's out there taking place. Man, you guys are phenomenal. J.D. Long, let's go with the $9.99 in the super chats. Let's do this. Let's do this. All right. Happy about this. Southern Red writes in, I laugh thinking of Kirby trying to prepare for Bama this September. The good thing, Southern Red, about this brand new coaching staff that's in here, nobody has tape on them. Nobody has film on them. So that Georgia game, Kalen DeBoer, Kane Womack, they're going to unleash some stuff that we've never seen before. Think about that. They are going to unleash some stuff we've never seen before. Now, against Western Kentucky, South Florida, Wisconsin, they're not going to unleash all that much against those three teams. No. They may give us a little hint against Wisconsin, maybe just a little hint there. But when Georgia come to town, Southern Red, when Georgia come to town, Kalen DeBoer, Kane Womack, this coaching staff is going to unleash some stuff. And that's the big thing about when you have a brand new coaching staff, nobody's got film on them for real. Nobody's got film on them for real. JD Long writes in, what do you think about the first fall practice? Do we look good? Bama looked good out there. I like the first fall practice in the morning. There are different positional groups, JD, that look very good out there. Still, first day, so they're learning, they're growing, they're getting everything in order. So, the first day, you're getting all of the jitters out. If there are jitters, you're getting all the jitters out. But I thought the first day was a very, very good day. I thought they looked good out there. Coach Juan writes in, Western Kentucky, I'll be pulling for two people, Tim Keenan, Alabama, and then Keyshawn Johnson, Ramsey High. There we go. Tim Keenan, Alabama, Keyshawn Johnson of Ramsey High School. There you go. What we got here? We got JD Long writing back in. Do you think this defense could be going for 2016 defense? I'm not putting that expectation on this team. That 2016 defense was just different, okay? Those were wild caveman animals. Okay. That 2016 defense was like, I'm gonna get you, I'm gonna get your kids, I'm gonna take your food, I'm gonna take your money. I'm gonna let you. That 2016 defense was different. Okay. When you got Jonathan Allen, Ashawn Robinson, Jaron Reed, Dalvin Tomlinson, Deron Payne, Tim Williams, Ryan Anderson, Ruben, my God, Eddie, Ronnie Harrison, Tony Brown. Those guys were pure different. Okay. So I'm not going to sit there and say it could be like a 2016 defense. I think it'll be really good. But the 2016 defense, that defense was like Michael Jackson, the Beatles, and Bobby Brown on tour. That's how good that 2016 defense was. That was Michael Jackson, the Beatles, and Bobby Brown on tour. Like, that defense was crazy. That defense was something else. That defense was something else. And I got a chance to cover that defense. That's how special I feel right now. But I think this defense will be good. I think it will be good. I think it will be better than what a lot of people expect. Monica writes in, Steven, you already know I have some Georgia fans in my ear. Now it goes one ear and out the other. Hey, September 28th, man, that's going to be the game. Everybody's got it locked in, locked down. September 28th, that's going to be the game. Keith Holcomb writes in, Mark Richt had the same problem at Georgia also. Mark Richt, man. Oh, Mark Richt, man. He had a hard time against Saban, too. JD Long writes in, Steve, who you taking, Stephen? Bama 09 defense or Bama 2016 defense? That's okay. The Bama 09 defense had Rolando McClain, Marcel Darius, Terrence Cody, Kareem, Javier Arenas, Eric Anders. 2009 defense was nasty. That defense was straight nasty. But the only reason why I'm going to take the 2016 defense, and this is no knock on the 09 defense, no knock on them, but the only reason why I will take the 2016 defense, I got a chance to watch that group up front, up close, and personal, and the way they were able to score off turnovers, I've never seen anything like that before. Like, Minkah Fitzpatrick will get a pick, and everybody on that defense turned into a blocker, escort him to the house. Eddie Jackson would get a pick, and the whole team would turn into blockers, escort him to the house. Like, it's crazy. It's crazy. I would take the 2016 defense. No offense to 09. Don Parker, Steve, you make a good point. No one has tape yet, but there must be high levels of execution early. The schedule is no joke. This is still Bama, so teams are going to come to play. Teams are going to come to play. You are correct. Don. Teams are going to come to play. And Bama's got to have its A game every single week. Bama's got to come with its best. Bama's got to come with its apex. Bama's got to come with its A game every single week, Don. You are correct. You can't be sleeping on these teams. You cannot be sleeping on these teams. Absolutely not. Sam writes in, Steve, the comparison should have been for 2011 and the 2016 defenses. Okay, that's a bit better. It's okay, that's a bit better. So, in that case, I would honestly take the 2011 defense because even though the 2016 defense did more scoring, the 2011 defense led the nation in all 5 major defensive categories. And that's including scoring defense giving up 8.2 points per game and total defense giving up 163.8 yards per game. So I would take the 2011 defense there in that comparison. I'll take the 2011 defense. But appreciate all of you guys getting your thoughts in. Continue getting to the comment section. We're going to round this thing out, folks, with final topic here of the conversation tonight. How good can the outside linebacker room be for Bama? I was out there at practice today. Christian Robinson, the outside linebackers coach, I think he's got one of the deepest, most talented groups on this team. This outside linebacker room is deep. This outside linebacker room is talented. You've got Quandarius Robinson, another super senior, another fifth-year guy, another guy that came in that 2020 class. You got him leading the group, but behind him, you've got Keanu Coote, who electric, edge-bending pass rusher. You've got Quay Russo, who looked really good today, if I might add. Russo, man, was bending out there. You got Russo. But you got young St. Pierre that looked good out there today. You got the freshman Jay-Sean Ross, who can do some stuff out there. So I'm just saying, this outside linebacker room, it's deep, it's talented. I think it's ready to provide a pass rush. Yes, not having Dallas Turner and Chris Braswell, it sucks. It does. I wish the best of both of those two young men in the National Football League. They deserve it. It's going to be interesting to see who in this outside linebacker room, which two guys you trust to fill in those shoes left behind by Turner and Braswell. I mean, you would look at Robinson and Keanu Coote. Some may look at it as Keanu Coote and Quay Russo. We'll just have to see. But this outside linebacker room, immensely talented. Looking forward to watching those guys on the field. And I think they could be really good in this upcoming season. But as always, Bama Nation, you want the best in news, notes, information, coverage, entertainment. When it comes to your Bama football news, you can get this by accessing the Touchdown Alabama magazine app. You download the app from the iPhone App Store. If you're rocking Team Apple, Google Play Store if you got the Android phone for your audio needs. Check us out, iTunes or Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, Spreaker, TuneIn Radio, Overcast.fm, or iHeartRadio, Google Play. We got you covered right there. Good and gracious Lord sees fit. I'll try to be back on Friday, continuing the conversation that is Bama football. Remember, Tide fans, you go to touchdownalabama.com. You subscribe today. Subscribe today. Get in that subscription tab. Get in there. Check out all the stuff. Check out everything right there. You got the articles right there, the videos right there, all the content right there. Touchdownalabama.com. You get that. I heard a story about Sterling Dixon in the chat line. Sterling is doing good. He's an inside linebacker, not an outside guy. So Sterling's an inside linebacker, but he had a good day of practice today as well. Sterling Dixon wearing number 40. He's an inside linebacker. But I want to thank all of you, the Bama fans, for checking us out on today. All the donations, the super chats, the commenting in the YouTube chat line. You making this your show, your spot to talk all things Bama football. We definitely appreciate that. Folks, until next time, I'm your man, Stephen M. Smith, and you've been listening to In My Own Words.